Here's a look at the kit that comes from eBay. This is the toilet bowl to pedestal repair kit. Comes with a repair link, QR code, and link. Let's have a look at what's inside here. There are these plastic grommet nuts, I guess you call them, and 4 stainless steel Phillips screws and 4 stainless steel washers. That's what comes in the kit. These parts are upgraded from what the Dometic original parts look like. These are stainless steel, they'll never rust out. And these are nylon grommet nuts. Once they're into the pedestal, then this is fed through to lock it down. So here we have a Dometic toilet. It is the Model 310 ceramic. We're going to look at how to replace the gasket system inside of this. We're going to look at how to replace the bolts that hold the ceramic top to the plastic pedestal or base of this toilet. This is a common problem with these bolts rusting out. The factory provided bolts that are steel and very narrow gauge or small gauge, and they do rust out. So that's what we're going to do today with the repair kit from eBay. This is a look at the bottom side of the unit. There are 4 holes and there are 4 bolts inside. We'll pull those bolts out, change them out with the new bolts, washers, and the nut adapters. The first step will be to get the existing bolts out. You may need a nut driver or a Phillips head screwdriver. In my case, a Phillips head screwdriver will work. They may be fairly rusted out. They'll take quite a few turns to get them out. Once everything's apart, you can inspect both the bottom side of the toilet, this gasket up here, right up here. You can inspect this piece right here. The next step will be to take this flanged piece with the gaskets on it and put it into the base, the plastic base. And how that's done is these pegs will line up with these little holes right here. So we'll go ahead and put that on and line these holes up. Once it's lined up, we'll push it down like that. There are 4 places for the plastic grommets to go in. So we take our plastic grommets and slide them in, noting that there's a little lip on these, and they have to go in through the end like that in a certain direction. So you will note the direction like this. Slide these in from the openings here and here. Okay. Again, pushing down to make sure that this gasket's tight. Now we'll lift this up and put this over the top of the bowl, the ceramic bowl, lining up the plastic grommet nuts with the little holes all the way around and pushing down. Once everything's lined up, we'll drop the bolts in from the top. I'm going to use this drill driver with a long extension and a number 3 Phillips to go ahead and seat these screws while pushing down, going corner to corner. Once all the bolts are in, then we'll take a look and make sure that we're tight all the way around, more or less tight, and evenly seated all the way around. You can check the top and note that the ball is tight on the gasket. Then go ahead and fill this up with water. Check it to make sure that it holds water using a garden hose, making sure that it stays full. And if that's the case, you can dump it out onto the ground and it's ready to reinstall in your RV.